Stories that sound like they were ripped straight from a horror novel, but that actually happened in real life. The imprisonment of Elizabeth Fritzl in 1984. When Joseph Fritzl asked his daughter Elizabeth to help him with a door to the cellar in their family home, she had no idea that she was sealing her fate within its confines. At the time, Elizabeth was 18 years old, and for the next 24 years, she was held captive in that cellar by her own father. At first, she was chained to metal posts, and her father reportedly removed the chain a few months later because, according to an indictment, it was hindering his sexual activity with his daughter. During her captivity, Elizabeth was left alone in total darkness for multiple days and threatened with electric shocks and poison if she tried to escape. The same threats were made to the children once they began arriving. In 2008, it came to light that Fritzl committed incest and produced 7 children with his daughter. It was only after one of those children needed medical attention and was taken to the hospital that the horrors that Elizabeth had faced were finally revealed. Fritzl was arrested and later pled guilty to a whole slew of things, including incest, sexual assault, rape, and imprisonment. And he was also accused of homicide after authorities learned that one of the children he'd fathered by Elizabeth had died. Fritzl ultimately pled guilty to that charge as well, commenting, "I don't know why I didn't help. I hoped that he would pull through." In November of 1988, a teenager named Junko was abducted, raped, and murdered by a group of boys in Misato, Japan. In the first hours after being attacked and brutalized by Hiroshi Miyano, Furuta endured additional torture and was repeatedly violated by several of his friends. Several teenage boys repeatedly and beat her, later killing her by setting her on fire and putting her body into an oil drum. Furuta's remains were discovered early the next year. All 4 of the teenagers were tried as adults in the aftermath of their arrest, but despite this, none of the offenders received more than 20 years in prison. Miyano, who received the longest sentence, was released from prison in 1999, a mere 10 years after the crime.